Over 4 years ago, I tried to introduce a private member's bill to bring some sort of order in the erection of telecommunications masts. Now, I accept that we are all very much dependent on modern technology. We all like to use our mobile telephones, we have the internet, we have Blackberries. All of these things are part of modern life. And of course, they are valuable and important and increasingly accepted. And naturally, we have to have the transmission mechanisms in place to actually bring this about. But this is a serious issue because, of course, transmission masts are sometimes aesthetically quite unattractive. But in addition to that, there do remain health concerns, admittedly by a minority of scientists, about the long-term impact of transmissions. Now, 4 years ago in my bill, I talked about this, and the fact that effectively local councils had virtually no control over the construction of these transmission masts. Now, we've seen various reports written in the past about the precautionary principle, and indeed that has been incorporated in a code of best practice of the transmission companies. The trouble is that they're not adhered to. And if you read the code, then all the mechanisms in place of consulting local councils, even the MP, being sensitive about the siting of the masts, none of this in practice actually happens. Now, this has all arisen again because a mast has just been constructed in the middle of Newmarket in my constituency. This is close to the hospital, to 3 schools and to the leisure centre. Nobody knew anything about it. And on Friday I went to see it for myself, and indeed now have written to both the County Council and the District Council asking them what information they can provide on this. There is obviously considerable local concern, and it arises out of a situation a few years ago which also took place in Newmarket. A mast was erected on the top of a block of flats, and after a campaign to have this removed, I believe that I had brokered the removal of this mast to be put on a hill overlooking Newmarket. Well, one morning we all woke up and discovered that this mast had been moved from one part of Newmarket to another. But part of Newmarket is in a separate district council. So that is how this particular telecommunications company operated. Of course, the district council in the other part of Newmarket, not my constituency, objected, but of course there were no grounds for its removal. So we're in a very difficult situation here because all the consultation that is meant to take place does not take place. It is all very mysterious, and the code of best practice, which we are told is adhered to, simply never happens. That is why I'm fighting a fresh campaign, because I want to make sure that we understand more about this mast and indeed what it is doing and what permission was actually given. So finally, I would simply say this. In this country, we try to protect our environment through complicated planning mechanisms. Anybody who deals with a district council, myself included, knows how complicated this can be. And at every level, really, this happens, except for the construction of these masts. It is absolutely wrong. The code is not being adhered to. And I support those in Newmarket who are trying to shed light on this and get this mast removed. That is a crucially important exercise of my life as a constituency member of Parliament at this time.